Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a Heroes of Newerth cast by GameReplays.org. Today we do have an ESL series game between Druidz and Binary Evasion. This game was submitted to our request a gamecast here over at GameReplays.org. So if you see a great game out there and you think it's great casting material, do not hesitate to throw that our way. One of our casters will pick it up. And speaking of casters, I am the Four Court Jester tonight, and joining me is a special guest, his first cast ever, ScizorLizard. How are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing quite well. Just kind of snow blocked down here in Utah. We had a good storm, but I'm really excited. This is my first cast, so I hope it goes well.
Well, that can't exactly be true because I hear you've been a Super Smash Brothers caster in the past.
Yeah, I did it from 2000 to 2003 when I was part of the New Mexico Smash scene, but when I moved up to Utah, the Utah Smash scene wasn't quite as kind. Let's just say that.
Fair enough. So you do have a little bit of experience, and hopefully that will transfer very nicely here to Heroes of Newerth. How long have you been with Heroes of Newerth?
I've been playing Heroes of Newerth since around May.
Of this year?
Yeah.
2010?
This year.
Okay, so May 2010. So that's about retail. Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you in at the beta back during the We Heart Pigs and TCM, or sorry, T6? Check 6? No?
No, I wasn't.
Okay, fair enough.
I got onto HoN 2 weeks before retail, and I liked it a lot.
And that's why you're here.
It's all good.
Alright, so today, again, we do have Druidz versus Binary Evasion. Both teams are just at the DreamHack 2010. Check out those games here at GameReplays.org, but let's pay a bit more attention to the game now. Can you go over the bans for me here, sir?
Alright, so our bans, starting from right to left, we've got Sandwraith, Dr. Repulsor, Pharaoh, Bubbles, Thunderbringer, and Witch Slayer.
Kind of nice standard bans, so to say.
Yeah, the only one that stands out to me is the fact that they didn't ban Pebbles, because Revy is known for his Pebbles, but I was surprised that Druidz didn't pick him up on the first pick. Rather, they chose Bombardier.
Yeah, so then Pebbles immediately went over to Binary Evasion, so maybe they do kind of know his reputation, but Forsaken Archer is another big hero that Revy is really known for. If you just take a quick look at his statistics, I mean, the top two heroes, 11% each, is, of course, that Forsaken Archer and Pebbles, so neither of them were banned, and they did pick him up anyways. So I don't know what's up with the Witch Slayer ban. Maybe that's very detrimental to a strategy that Druidz want to run, but he is out of the question. And of course the other usual bans, the Sandwraith there, very heavy carry, but I don't know, it's been a while since I've actually seen him succeed at carrying, but again, maybe just don't really want to deal with him. So other than that, I mean, we do got some picks coming out, so would you like to guide us through those, sir?
Well, first pick came from Druidz with Bombardier. He's one of the best mids in the game right now, in my opinion. He's got so much burst potential, and he's really hard to deny getting farm. Then on Binary Evasion, we have Pebbles and Hellbringer. Really strong picks. I expect to see Hellbringer either doing a soloing the long or in a tri-lane, and Pebbles taking mid. And then Druidz has Flint and Chipper. Most likely they're going to run a tri-lane with Flint, probably two other strong stuns, and then Chipper on the long lane is what I would guess.
So you don't think a Chipper would be going mid, especially if they got a Pebbles coming up there?
No, I think that Bombardier can beat a Pebbles in mid, and Chipper can farm better from a distance than Bombardier can.
Okay. Would you like to keep going then?
Alright, I'm just waiting on some picks, and it looks like they're shadowing Vindicator. Alright, so Binary Evasion picking up Slither and Vindicator.
There you go. Yep.
Slither is so... Yeah. Am I a couple of seconds behind?
No, we're good.
Oh, alright. Slither, I feel like, is just a really strong all-around hero. He can fit into almost any lineup, similar to Witch Slayer. And Vindicator, I think he's more of a counter pick right now because of how chain casting the Bombardier and Chipper are. Because Bombardier, he does his sticky bomb and then plants 4 small bombs onto you, and he can't do that with a Vindy around. And Chipper, he just gets silenced after 1 rocket.
So you think it's definitely a very coordinated pickup against that kind of lineup, so very spammy kind of lineup?
I think it's a straight-up counter pick to nullify the Bombardier and Chipper effect in a strong team fight.
Well, with the last two pickups here of Pestilence and Plague Rider, I can't really say that it's going to be affecting them too much. I mean, Pestilence, a lot of physical damage coming out of that as soon as he gets his flight. He can wait around for that stun a little bit. Plague Rider's ultimate, however, could definitely be shut down with a really well-timed silence. So we'll have to see how that goes. Who do you think the last pickup here for Binary Evasion is? What are they lacking?
All right. Right now they're lacking their hard carry. And let's just see. A second, just going back. Just looking at how kind of squishy the Hellborn side is, so they could actually go for another ganker and just do a strong push with the map change. I think push strats are back in because you can't really turtle as well.
So maybe we are a little off the replay because they did take a Swiftblade for that last slot, and as you said, I mean, could definitely be a very strong ganking potential, and they took that Swiftblade. So do you think that's going to fulfill your hopes and dreams?
Well, I think that it's a really strong kill tri lane. If anyone comes bot against them, all it takes is a Slither slow, and then Swift's just going to spin them down. And he should be able to get a strong farm. But I favor the Hellborn side in terms of late game.
All right, well, sorry, as the announcer says, we're going to get this going, but, I mean, with a favored late game there for the Hellborn, we're going to have to see what kind of strategy Binary Evasion here can do to end it before. I mean, that Flint Beastwood is a very scary fellow when he's farmed, and I can only assume Bombardier is as well. So we'll have to see what kind of thing they're going to do here. I think the #1 combo that people hate, however, is, of course, anything with a slow and a Swiftblade. So I think you hit the nail right on the head there.
I completely agree. It's one of the biggest pub fallacies is Glacier Swift, Slither Swift, any slow plus Swift, and you've got probably 5 to 6 kills in the early times of the game.
Yeah, it definitely would be a lot of early game dominance. Now, Swiftblade in a tri-lane, who would you throw in a tri-lane with him in this kind of setup?
Well, I imagine that they're going to send Vindy, Slither, and Swiftblade bot. Just a strong anti-tri lane. Or they could send Vindicator to whatever lane Bombardier is in just to make him a lot weaker.
Okay, and for the lanes here on the Hellborn, I mean, we are still in this pause. Oh, pause, competitive pause. But I do see a Flint Beastwood heading himself out top. But what do you think the others here are going to be doing? What kind of tri-lane are we going to be seeing for them? Or is it going to be more of a 2-1-2 sort of deal?
I'm expecting a 2-1-2 now. I think that they're going to be sending Flints and Plague top, and then Chipper mid, and then Pesty and Bomb bot. They've got a stun from Pestilence, and then Sticky Bomb, and some more bombs.
Bomb, 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 bomb. That's what I...
Oh, how I missed that sound.
Well, bonus points if you can tell me where it's from.
I guess I'm not getting bonus points.
Aw, I'm pretty sure it was from Meet the Parents, Ben Stiller. At the end of the movie, he's kind of just all frustrated with everything, and he's on a plane, and basically is just like, why can't I say bomb? Bomb, 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 bomb. Anyone out there can really accuse me of anything at this point, so I'm going to shut up about that. So let's go back to the game. Pebbles is looking to be going at that mid. I mean, really, with this lineup, there's no other expected recourse for him to go through. But we do have 4 Hellborn down south. They might find this Vindicator. They will find this Vindicator, but I'm not too sure the positioning is going to allow them to jump in on that. So we're not going to see an early kill unless we get really ballsy here. But with a level 1 Swiftblade, he does have his Frenzy, very typical. I mean, you go anything else, and I think you're going to get team kicked right out of the game. But they're not going to be doing that, as we do have who's going mid? It will be that Bombardier himself. So overall, I think, except for the 2-1-2, I don't know really where this Pestilence wants to go, but they're going to be throwing him in a tri-lane down south with Chipper? Does that make sense?
I'm just really lost as to these lanes right now. I imagined after they start sending 4 bot that they'd be having Flint solo and then do a 2-2, imagining that they had an aggressive tri-lane and then switch it up and leave Plague at bot to face down the tri-lane and just extinguish creep after creep. But I just think that they're going to lose this tri-lane with this lineup. They've got 1 stun and then a rocket and a contagion.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see how it works out for Druidz. I mean, it might be a new strat. Maybe they're just testing. As I said, I'm not too sure how far into the ESL this game was, but so far, just really impressed right now with the Vindicator. He's gotten off 2 really nice Sage's Lures, just forcing these guys to blow everything they got at this point. We do have another pause. Oh, great, another pause. But Vindicator in a tri-lane, he's also very squishy. If he's caught out of position, it's almost game over for him, like almost instantly on the dot. So he's going to be relying a lot on Swiftblade and the Slither Slow to keep him alive. He's just going to spam that Sage's Lure. And I don't know, against this Pestilence, probably a good stuff, because he has to then use his flight, which is going to be used defensively, not offensively, or he's going to have to waste his stun. What's his stun called? Is it Impale? Yeah, Impale.
Yeah, it's Impale.
So I don't know. I really like the Vindicator down here. Definitely did not throw him solo. That will be a Pebbles versus Bombardier, and the Hellbringer is going to go up top by Dreamwalker. Now, I've seen Dreamwalker take a Defiler solo. Not too sure how well he'll do with the Hellbringer. We'll have to keep our eye on that, but a lot of action is probably going to go down in this bottom lane this entire game.
I completely agree, and I really agree with the Sage's Lure thing on them. The only one who can really just spam a spell to get it off is Chipper, and that spell, I believe, costs around 70 mana right now.
50.
It's 50 mana.
Yeah. Good guess, though. Good guess. But yeah, I mean, right now the tri-lanes, I mean, we had that big setup for a good gank there at the runes, but they're probably going to be playing a little bit passive right now. Got to be very careful with the Vindicator going behind those trees. I mean, if he gets caught by 2 rockets and a tar, I think Chipper could probably take out 90% of his hit points at this point, because he's just so squishy. But we will have to keep an eye on the creep killing situation of the other lanes. And we'll probably get an update on that soon. But right now, I mean, you've seen the lanes, you know what everyone's doing. Kind of predictions on the first blood, where's it going to be?
Oh, it's going to be bot without a doubt. You've got Swiftblade, and his name is, might as well just be First Blood. Either it goes with him or against him.
So you think Swiftblade, First Blood down bottom?
That's what I imagine, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take a bet and say Pebbles is going to insta-combo Bombardier. Just to be fun. Just to be fun.
Really?
Well, not anytime soon, but... oh, maybe the level 6 mark. No, it's gonna be... No, okay, it's fine. That's just a bomb. Never mind. I just saw Pebbles, like, drop hit points really, really fast. Now, Bombardier in the mid, he seems to be doing a good job zoning out this Pebbles from any kind of farm. Looking at him right now, his creep kill counter is 1-1, while Bombardier is sitting very pretty here at 10-4, and that's really a big, big win on their part, at least at this stage in the game.
Oh, it's so true. Every time that Bombardier does an attack, it might as well be 100 right now because of the boom dust. And Pebbles, he can't take too much of that. And it's really hard to out-deny Bombardier, because you can't.
Well, here could be the first blood. It is going to be Swiftblade in the bottom. Very well done, sir, on that. But Vindicator could be in a little bit of trouble. I think he's going to be okay. Swiftblade is a very intimidating figure. And what kind of build right now? I mean, we just got the first blood. That's a lot of extra gold for this Swiftblade. If he keeps this up, do you think he's going to go for the standard... what is it, the Runed Axe play? Or do you think it's going to be something else?
Well, I see no reason to not go the standard right now. If he wasn't having the greatest of farm, I'd imagine he'd go just for a Frostburn. But he's got a strong farm right now. He's got 11 and 5 creep score. He's got the first blood. I imagine him to be getting a pretty fast Runed Axe.
So probably just going to stick to the standard. But time will tell to see if he actually does or does not. I've seen some actually really strange Swiftblade builds in my time, but we'll have to see how this works out for him. Yeah, with the first blood, that really gives him a lot of extra gold, and he's just going to use that to get that life tube very quickly, even after that iron buckler. Now, with a start like this, what kind of item progression would you expect to see on a Swiftblade?
On Swiftblade? Well, I think that he's going to be doing... He should be picking up a Ring of the Teacher relatively soon, unless one of his other lanemates already picked it. No. Their tri-lane still needs to get a Ring of the Teacher just because it helps for counter harassment and the mana regen. So I imagine him to be getting that pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm actually...
Okay, well, what would you prioritize? Boots over your Sustainer, or would you go for the Iron Buckler quick? Like... What do you think here? Actually, I'm just going to interrupt my own question to you as I'm looking at this Hellbringer up top. We had the Bombardier throw down his ult. I really don't think we needed to because Flint kind of chased him up into the creeps. No real escape there. So Flint